Happy Monday, Antelope Valley. I hope everyone that's tuning into this video is well and pleasant weekend. Today is August 15th, halfway through the month of August. I'm Mark Troth, broker and co-owner of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Troth REALTORS, right here in Lancaster, California, bringing you this week's market snapshot video. As I like to point out week after week, feel it's important that residents, property owners of the Antelope Valley have a local resource to go to keep on top of what is transpiring in our local Antelope Valley real estate market. So often our statistics get lost in the greater Los Angeles, state of California, Western United States statistics, and just like to provide this service week in and week out so you can follow along with our local real estate market. Also like to point out our statistics are courtesy of the Greater Antelope Valley Association of Realtors MLS system. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into this week's number and see what the real estate market has in store for us this week. You can see that we opened up this morning with 1,045 active listings on the market, just a tick higher, actually less than 1% up from last week. We are starting to see some pretty decent signs of some stabilization in that number. It was jumping pretty quickly, as you can see, from 4 weeks ago when it was at 961. Over the last few weeks, it's just kind of maintained right at that level. Our pendings gave us a nice surprise this morning. Pendings, those properties under contract in escrow, a nice 7.1% bounce from last week, 571 compared to 533, and actually from 4 weeks ago, up 1.8%, 561. So perhaps we're starting to maybe define a new normal as we make it through summer and head towards fall. Maybe a little bit cooler weather might make it a little bit more enjoyable for folks to get out and visit homes and see open houses and whatnot. So with that, let's go ahead and get into our second slide here. There we go. So last week, new residential listings on the market down 6.4%. Prior week, we were at 141. Last week, August 8th through August 14th, 132. Once again, another sign of stabilization that 88 homes last week went into escrow, down just one from the prior week, and so down less than 1%. This is another good sign that shows that there are buyers out in the market and they're looking for that home, that special home that comes on the market, priced attractively, in condition, and they're ready to make a move. You can see that our median number of days on the market dropped by 4 last week. So decent buyer activity. So that is good. Our residential listings that closed last week, if you recall, you've been following this, the 4th of July weekend, the week leading up to 4th of July, the week or so after, definitely saw buyers taking a break from the market, not that many properties going into escrow, and of course about 30-45 days down the road. That's reflective in the number of closings last week at 56, down 11.1% from the week prior when we had 63. I think we're going to start seeing that number trickle back up because pendings over the last 3 or 4 weeks have also been increasing. So as those properties start closing, I believe we'll start to see that residential listing, the solds go up as well. Median sales price up 4.2% from the week prior at 458.5. And another interesting number with this morning's report is that the median list price, 467.5. This is the furthest in several years that there's been a separation that high of median list price over median sales price. So if you're a buyer or considering buyer, it is showing that there is some flexibility with the number of sellers, not all sellers, but a number of sellers out there. They're willing to negotiate, and so it's still a good market to be a seller, still a good market to be a buyer. Interest rates still upper 4s, low 5s. which historically is fairly decent. And so last week, as I recorded the video, said that I'd review from first quarter of 2020 as we got ready to enter the pandemic. First quarter of 2020, we were averaging 92 closings per week. So yeah, that's definitely higher than where we were, but remember that number is creeping up. Another important number is that our median sales price first quarter of 2020, $314,900. This week, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pull that slide back up real quick. You can see that our median sales price, $458,500. So basically, median sales price today, 46% higher than as we entered the pandemic. Median number of days on the market's 37. So, you know, not that much different. And so compared to pre-pandemic, the last quarter pre-pandemic, our market's still doing pretty good overall. I think the balance of August, September, and into the final quarter of the year are going to be pretty much just a typical pre-pandemic market. A lot of people saying, is this the new normal? And only time will tell. So with that, we're going to go ahead and call a wrap to this week's market snapshot. Any other statistics, numbers that I might be able to furnish you with, by all means, please feel free to reach out to myself or any of our number of trusted associates here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Troth Realtors, proudly serving the Antelope Valley for 65 years since 1957. All right, everyone, take care. Make it a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.